Hello, today I will show you a cute design in which I'm combining a couple of techniques. These are just ideas for you to try that you can use for future projects. You can choose to do a lace design or use the bubbles on their own or do the entire design as I'm showing in this video. If you enjoy my videos and would like to support my channel, you can join me on Patreon. I will leave a link for it in the description down below if you want to check it out. Begin with 13 stitches and 2 ladders each side of these stitches. If you wish to create the same sample as I showed in this video, make sure you begin with the carriage on the right side. This is the center needle and I will use a 1-prong tool to transfer 1 stitch each side to create 2 eyelets. We'll put this needle back in action and knit 2 rows. Using a 2-prong tool, we'll create 2 more eyelets and knit 2 more rows. Using a 3-prong tool this time, we'll create 2 more eyelets and then knit 2 rows as before. You can see that the eyelets are formed with the same 2 stitches every time. We'll do this until I will transfer 5 stitches to form this eyelet. To transfer 4 stitches, I can use a 2-prong tool and transfer twice. The same with 5 stitches, we'll do this in 2 steps as well, using a 2-prong and a 3-prong tool, and I will create the last 2 eyelets. Once I finish that, using a 1-prong tool, we'll transfer to form a new eyelet like so, and I will knit 1 row this time. Create a new eyelet, transfer on top of the previous one and knit 1 more row. Continue until you get to the middle. You can decide now to continue with a new repeat if you want to create a lace design, transferring with the 2-prong tool after, or you can do the little bubbles like I will show you with partial knitting. You can use these bubbles for other designs as well. They're very cute and will add a nice texture to your samples. Make sure that your carriage is on the right side when beginning. Put the carriage on hold. All I have to do for my brother machine is to press this little knob here and put it to H. We'll create the first bubble with the 3 middle stitches. The second one and the third one will be with the 3 stitches each side of these 3 ones in the middle. So in total we will be using 9 stitches. Put the needles on the left side up to these 3 stitches in the middle into holding position and knit 1 row. Put the rest of the needles on hold, leaving just the 3 needles in action. So we knitted 1 row when we knitted that first row, and I will knit 6 more, so 7 in total. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and when knitting the 7th row, we'll put the needles on the left side back in action. All I have to do is to push them back a little, so now they will knit and I will knit the 7th row. We'll pick up the loops from the rows before and I'll place them back on the needles. Just 2 stitches should be enough. This will make the little bobble even more pronounced. After that, put these 3 needles in holding position as well. I will create a second bobble now. Knit 1 row. Put the rest of the needles on hold so that the 3 needles remain in action. So we just knitted 1 row, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then again when knitting the 7th row, put the needles on the right side back in action. Pick up stitches as before again and put these 3 needles and the ones that we formed the first bobble with in holding position. Now we will create the 3rd bobble like before. Knit 1 row, put all the needles on hold except the 3 needles we are forming the bobble. So we knitted that first row. And again, when knitting the 7th row, we'll put the needles on the left side back in working position. I hope that this is starting to make sense now. It really isn't that difficult. Once you do it a couple of times, you will understand how the pattern goes. Once picking up the stitches like before, put the 3 needles on hold. So now it's time to create the last bobble, which will be again in the very middle. Knit 1 row, then put the rest of the needles on hold, leaving only the 3 needles forming the bobble in action. So we just knitted the first row, and when knitting the 7th row, put the needles on the right side back in working position. Pick up the loops again and you can take the carriage from hold now. I'll be knitting 6 rows in between every repeat. We'll go ahead and do another repeat, hoping that you can knit along with me. Remember, carriage on the right side when starting. And this is the finished sample. I really like it. It's very cute and it looks like little flowers. I hope you enjoyed this video and you've learned a couple of things and you will use these techniques for your future projects. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was easy to follow. Please leave a comment or message me on Instagram if you have any suggestions for future videos, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!